Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre, King Michael. This Is It Legit? Brought to you by legitpodcast.com. It's Monday night, October 2nd, 2023. We're in October, folks. We are in October. Joining me for this inaugural premiere episode of Is It Legit? Is Sarah Para. Normal. Hi, how are you, Sarah?
I'm excited. It's a new show.
Yeah.
Ready to do the damn thing. Oh, I should have asked you before. Are we keeping this PG-13? How's this going?
Oh, I always keep things clean. And I would always keep things clean, especially for Is It Legit?
Okay, then. You're ready.
Yeah, but no, that's just how you have to say the name. It's always going to be
We have to say it that way?
Yeah, it's going to be questionary, because the whole point of this show is to peruse the many facets of the paranormal world and, see if it's legit. That's going to be hard to do.
I'm not doing it like that. I'm not going to do it.
I will do it the whole time, like it's like PM Magazine from the 80s. What was actually that TV show they did where they'd have like people that could like pull trucks with their teeth, and they made a big deal out of them?
It wasn't like American Ninja. No, it was something else.
No,
a strongman. Something.
No, it was like world's greatest. I don't know. Maybe the Guinness Book of World Records did it. Who knows? So now, when it comes to legit in the paranormal world, we're speaking about not only, obviously, I think everybody thinks of videos, audio, EVPs, things like that. We're talking not only that, we're talking about equipment that people buy. We're talking about places that people go. And we'll talk about people themselves if they come up. Now, when it comes to the paranormal world, let's start off with this really quick. What bugs you the most about the legitimacy of it? Like, what sticks out like a sore thumb that you think is like the black mark on the paranormal world as far as legitimacy?
Oh, you got to go orbs. You got to go orbs with that, because nothing drives me nuts more than people posting photos of orbs and claiming that they're especially on their Ring cameras, because a bug flew past their Ring camera and now their front porch is haunted. I can't.
See, now, I don't understand orbs. I don't understand why, like, our guests get scared of orbs. Like, let's get on the same page with this. Orbs are balls of light, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What's scary about a ball of light?
Well, I mean, they're not actually balls of light. It's light reflecting off of something. So an insect, a dust particle.
All right, but let's play devil's
precipitation.
advocate. What if it is a ball of light? Still, what's wrong with a ball of light?
If it was an actual ball of light and there was no light source that could have be causing a reflection off of anything, I mean, I don't know. That would be a bit.
But are you scared yet?
No, not scared.
All right.
Probably interested. I would probably chase the ball of light if I thought it was enough, especially if I'm seeing it with my eyes, because the reason orbs only appear most of the time in photos are because it's the flash reflecting off of something or the infrared. But if it's a ball of light that's its own light source, like, I want to know what that is. Is it a fairy? Like, I'm very interested in finding fairies.
I definitely agree that you would chase after the ball of light.
I totally would.
Like a cat with a laser pointer.
I would. I'd follow it into the cave. I'd probably get eaten by a bear, but at least I know I went after the ball of light. I didn't.
And I would be back at where we saw the ball of light, talking to whoever else stayed with me, going, I don't know why she went. I would have went. I would have never done that. I don't think that was a good idea. I hope she doesn't get eaten in the cave. I hope that doesn't happen. That would be my angle. No, I'm just being honest. Well, you're going to chase the ball of light. I ain't chasing after you. Oh, let's go. I'm going to go help her chase the ball of light. I'd be like, oh, get over here. Leave it alone.
Like, at least do that. At least be like, maybe don't do that.
Oh, yeah, I would say that to you. Oh, I get rid of you. Oh, look at that! I got ready when I said it. No, I would do that. I don't think you'd.
Okay.
I don't think you'd listen.
I would not listen to you, no. Do
What
I
would
ever
you?
listen to you?
Well, so far, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
So
6
why start
minutes
now?
and 20 seconds in, so far, no. What would you like to start with, though, as far as the paranormal world?
Let's start with some of the equipment.
All right. The equipment.
Mhm.
Equipment links. Here I go. Oh boy. Let's see if I can see. Can I share that screen? Let's play Can Mike Do It, shall we? Here we go. All right.
If not, I can just talk about it.
Okay. All right. Which one you want me to open first?
Let's do the EM pump.
Where do you see an EM pump?
Is it say like I don't know, just open one.
Paranormal Diplomas and Tennessee Haunts and Legends Expo is in
Do
equipment.
the paranormal diplomas then. We'll do that.
Okay.
I moved something the wrong place.
Oh no. This is
Oh no. Okay.
wait, hold on. Hold on. There's always hope because I can try to share it with Google Tabs. Here we go. Is that what we wanted to see?
Scroll. Can you scroll up or no? This should be a page from the Skeptical Inquirer, but it doesn't look like it. So I'll just talk about it. How
That's
about
scary.
that?
Yeah, because this is scary, whatever this is.
Oh, it should be a page from the.
Boy.
Oh. All right. Have you read the Skeptical Inquirer, Mike? Have you ever heard of this publication?
No, called the Skeptical Inquirer?
Yes.
No.
And it's a really good magazine. Kenny Biddle, who I'm sure you've heard that name because a lot of paranormal people mention him. He writes for the Skeptical Inquirer. He reviews a lot of paranormal equipment as well as claims and stuff like that. He is a hardcore skeptic.
How do I know that name really well then?
How do you know that?
He may have been on. I gotta tell you, I don't remember people, but I remember the name.
I took a class from him. He would be good to have on this show, actually. He'd be great to have on this show because he would think nothing is legit. But he'd tell us why in a very detailed way.
So he gives classes. Is that what you're about to say?
Yes. Yep. He gives classes on skepticism.
I'm very skeptical of that. What do you mean? Classes on skepticism? Like he's trying to teach people how to be skeptical?
He's teaching people how to analyze things in a critical way, which is what it really is. Because he does talk about the difference between a cynic and a skeptic. So he would not consider himself a cynic. He wants to believe in these things. It's just that he goes into the scientific reasons for a lot of these things and like the methodology behind them. And he usually debunks them or finds a way to debunk them.
So he speaks common sense.
He does. He does speak common sense very well. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, and because his article that I was reading that didn't work. So I'll have to work on that for next time. But it was about paranormal diplomas.
Yep.
Have you heard of these things?
Oh yeah. I know several people who have gotten diplomas from in paranormal fields, all different kinds. Don't you have one in a paranormal field?
I got a certification, but I actually got one from the Rhine Institute, which is they write a scientific journal. So it's in parapsychology, which is actually considered a science, an applied science, but a science nonetheless. It's not in ghost hunting or, how to find a ghost or anything like that. It's talking about the science behind the paranormal. So, and the psychology behind it, how our minds interact with the paranormal, basically, is what it's on. But these diplomas that are just ghost hunting diplomas or paranormal investigator diplomas from all these different universities, I have taken them because I was curious, and I've signed up for them, and they are absolutely ridiculous.
Is this it right here? A closer look by Kenny Biddle?
Yes. Yep. That's the one on paranormal diplomas.
What do
Oh,
I got?
those are all of his articles. Those are all of his
Oh
articles.
my God, it's Kenny Biddle. Hold on.
Oh my God, it's Kenny Biddle. Yeah, he writes a lot of them.
A conversation with Leo. Oh boy, Igwe. Aliens, Las Vegas backyard. I'd like to read that one. Bridging the gap between believers and the monkeys. Holy Grail. Oh, I don't know. East Coast teen found trucker, Mexican president, peeking shadows. Where the heck did he write this thing about the? Anywho.
Anywho, moving on, Mike.
Yes.
A
Moving
paranormal.
You can sing that whole song. Kenny Biddle. You keep talking. I'm gonna type in Kenny Biddle. Paranormal. Diplomas. That's what I'm looking for.
Paranormal diplomas, certificates, you can find them all over the internet, charging anywhere from $99 to like well over $300, $400, teaching you something that is not a proven science. There's no proven method. There's people that have studied it and they say scientifically, and this is my other problem because I even say that. I catch myself saying scientifically or scientific. Even parapsychology, it's an applied science. It's not a science. People misuse that word scientific. When we say it's scientific, we mean using the scientific method, but an applied science is more like social studies. There we go.
Look at this. Look at me. Look at this.
Good job. Sorry, I'll get better at that for next time.
That's all right.
For show. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, I don't know who's.
I want to know. So I want to know what I can get a diploma in right away. I want to know what they can teach me paranormally. I don't know if that's a word. What can they do for me? What do they claim they're going to do for me? They're going to heighten my senses. They're going to help me. They're going to help me figure out where Bigfoot Pete comes from.
No, because when you talk about the paranormal, in most of these diplomas, they're not going to consider UFOs encrypted. It's just going to be ghosts.
Oh, these are just strictly ghost diplomas. So you give diplomas on ghost investigating?
Yes. Yeah. So what is the equipment? How do you how do you get an EVP? The 10 top tips for ghost hunting, all sorts of ridiculousness. I mean, I sat down and they can be from like $99 to $300. I think I bought one when I first started and I sat down and just took the test at the end and got the certificate. I didn't even go through any of the modules. It was so like obvious and stupid is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the same can be said for college.
Like, yeah.
That's what I did in college. I would just show up for the tests, would take them. They would essay. You could bullshit your way out of something. All you do is you take the question, you make it into a sentence, and then you bullcrap from there. Like, who started this war? Well, this war was started by, and I just bullshit the rest. But anywho, how, why? So if you're looking to get into ghost hunting, do you need a diploma?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Right. First of all, is this something? So these diplomas. These are modules. Like, and the classes I took were with a professor live, so they weren't these like modules that you just click through. And there was class discussion and all that good stuff, which is good, and I think that's an integral part because at least you're getting other people's point of views and you're having discussions about it. Whereas these, you just seem to go. Most of them, you go through modules and you take a stupid test at the end, and it's teaching you stuff that really, if you tagged along with a paranormal investigating team, you'd probably learn better by just doing it.
Yeah, but am I wrong in saying that Kenny Biddle seems a bit sour? Like, he doesn't seem to like much. I promote science. Wait a minute. Let me quote this.
Okay.
It says, I promote science, critical thinking, and skepticism. And it's through his blog called I Am Kenny Biddle. I'm sorry, I don't get that. What do you mean? I am Kenny Biddle. That's more than first person. That's like first person, but with like Money Mayweather, like thrown it on it. You know, some Conor McGregor. Like, not only is he just calling himself like, yeah, I'm Kenny Biddle. It's I am Kenny Biddle. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
Also, Rocky start with Kenny.
maybe Kenny Biddle was taken already, and he had to add some words to it. I don't know.
Then you put the real Kenny Biddle. That's how the rules go. Those are guy rules.
Those are
I can't
guy
talk.
rules.
I can't talk. I still go by King Mike Gill. So now people are paying money for this, right?
Mhm.
So which ones are worth it? Because astronomy has to be in there, right? I mean, let's talk degrees, right? It's got to be astronomy, astrology.
Astrology.
I'm just going through all these. I'm just going through all these.
Okay.
Astrophysics, arcane science, which is the study of black magic.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of what other because I've heard of so many gosh darn real and fake certificates.
Yeah.
Now hypnosis is real.
Yes. Yep.
So
I
see,
mean,
that crosses the border. No?
it does. It does, because not everyone agrees that hypnosis is a valid tool. Not all psychiatrists, psychologists, you know, buy into that either. They think it's too easy to plant memories, to plant ideas.
Well, it is.
Crypto,
I mean, it is
yeah.
though. I mean, so I think where the argument starts is both sides don't want to give.
Mhm.
It does exist. Without a doubt, it's possible to put someone under. I mean, you can brainwash an entire nation. My point is, but while you're saying that it is real, you have to agree that yeah, you could plant fake memories in there. I mean, of course you could. Like, of course. Have you ever had like someone that you're sleeping next to right your whole life, spouse, whatever other, and they start talking in their sleep, and you try to ask them a question? Have you ever done that?
No, I'm the one. I'm apparently the one who does that.
And does he ever ask you questions?
Yeah, and apparently I don't make any sense.
Yeah, that's what I've learned because I think those dreams that happen to people when they wake up but they're still seeing stuff
Mhm.
is along the lines of hypnosis. It's got to be on that level where your brain is uh relaxing to the point where it's letting other stuff kind of drift through, so to speak. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense. It does. It's that, yeah, that sort of prior to REM transitional state.
So then which diplomas do we consider just not legitimate?
I would say anything that says paranormal investigator, ghost hunter, um, even these ones that are online. There's ones in cryptozoology. I know.
But isn't that but couldn't that be a science in the sense of they're just it's like no offense Dan Benoit, but it's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's like going over all the monsters that are in the monster manual. That's basically what I would think cryptozoology would be, right? You're studying monsters that, well, things, entities that no one really can prove,
Right.
but
Like
you're still
Greek
studying
people.
them. It's
Yeah,
history. It's
people
just like a
study.
history.
Yeah, they study Greek mythology. I mean, that's,
But can you get a degree in that though?
yeah, you can. So maybe, I mean, maybe it's worth it if you. I mean, my thing is people are paying a lot of money, and you could just probably read a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but that right there is the answer and solution to so many people's problems in life. Just read a book. Like, oh my God, I can answer so many questions. Answers just be like, just read a book.
Yeah.
Go get a book. Go get a book and look it up. But no. So there are some degrees that we've had friends get that are
Mhm.
pointless.
Yes.
Oh God, one of my good friends has a philosophy major. Holy
Mhm.
Christ. What are you gonna do? Stand on the street, philosophize? Like, nah. So some of these are just good intentions, bad ideas. But others, if they're like paranormal investigator or paranormal hunter,
Mhm.
I think the TV shows have not informed the people of how personal uh, those experiences should be. Like,
Right.
they're weird. Like anytime I've ever been on any investigation, anything I've seen, heard, whatever's gone down, I don't tell a soul. I keep to myself, and it's weird because it's like it's a personal thing. Like I don't even want to tell people about it. That's why it's weird to me that people like they blow it up. But I'm the kind of guy that if you're gonna blow it up and talk about it, I'll talk about it with you. But like I would never bring up stuff like that. It's just kind of odd. But to get a degree in it means someone can teach me how to be in tune, even if I'm like a screaming maniac. It
Right.
makes no sense. Like you're trying to tell me that what they're basically doing is they're teaching me the tricks of the trade in paranormal investigation, but also somehow getting inside here and just clicking things around and making it so that I can think I see stuff or really see stuff. Right?
Well, the good ones, like the ones I took, will actually teach you how to identify when your mind is playing tricks on you. So why you might be seeing things that aren't there. So that's where it gets into the psychology. That I think is very worthwhile. So, teaching you about things like pareidolia, where our brain is programmed to actually find faces in chaos. Because the first thing we learn as babies is how to recognize a face. You know, classes that'll teach you how to identify what's not paranormal. Those I think are worthwhile.
Well, yeah, because they're in the sense of we can rule all this out.
Right.
I wouldn't
Right.
take a class on that, but I can understand why people would want to know that.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was unaware of how many things exist in our environment until I took the classes from the Rhine that can cause paranormal experience, or at least cause people to believe they're having paranormal experiences when it's really environmental factors or, you know,
What do you think of the Rhine, though? Because I've heard of like they teach classes on remote viewing.
they do. Yep. Because
All
remote
right,
viewing is covered under parapsychology. Yep.
all right, but that stuff is for the common man, for the dumb, from which I speak, is as hard to digest as some of the spirit stuff. Like me personally, I've always been a fan of remote viewing. I'm an Art Bell guy, so I believed in that for
Oh,
years. But I do not like I know friends that would be like, dude, that's no, because to be able to see someplace else is to them the same level. It's akin to seeing ghosts. So you can't teach me how to see ghosts. You can't teach me how to see remote viewing. Like I'm just telling you, like what that's what the devil's advocate of that would be. So the Rhine Center, I keep saying the center, the Rhine, it seems to have degrees that are, yeah, they seem legitimate to me. But then there's others that it's like I really gotta like stretch my belief to believe that
mhm.
these degrees are gonna help me. You don't find that with that place?
They don't have a degree in remote viewing. They will have a class maybe on remote viewing because it's part of like psychokinesis. So it's covered under parapsychology. The Gansfeld method that I do in the field to try and see, spirits or become in tune with the place I'm in was actually developed for remote viewing. That's why it started. Um, it has a lot to do with programming your mind because the theory that they have is that pretty much anybody could be psychic if you train your mind enough. I mean, it's not easy.
But some people got to have an advantage. Like they're taller with their mind. They can dunk at 16 with their mind. You know what I mean? Like, because that's like
No.
saying everybody can make the NBA. No, you can't. No, you cannot. No, you can't. To say everybody can do something is like, no. I always, man, that's like, to me, that's BS 101. When you hear that, it's like, no, not everybody can do everything. You know what I mean? Just not happening.
Right.
But all right, I'll buy that for a second. They can do everything. But I don't believe that. I don't think everybody can do is sensitive. I don't think everybody can. I've seen people. You live in Florida, I live in Rhode Island. Put those states together. Oh boy. Like there's a lot of people there that no, they can't. And they don't want to.
Well, no, but that's kind of the point, right? So the people that are trying to do this are probably a little bit more inclined to be able to do it anyways.
Oh, they want to,
So
you mean, right? Yeah.
yeah, because they want to and they're open to it in the first place, you know? So
Sorry, so they want to get diplomas. They run out
right.
and get diplomas. How does that bump them up in knowledge and in the paranormal world?
It doesn't. It doesn't. And I think that's the whole point to this is that can these places be giving you knowledge that is useful? Yes. Is it worth paying for a diploma in it? No. It's not going to get you anywhere, not in this field. I don't even think in the greater sense of investigators, anybody really cares if anybody has a diploma or not.
Okay, but when people send in like their bios for the Sunday show,
Mm-hmm.
they will include every diploma that they have, including like a diploma in cryptology, a diploma in like, is Casper good? You know what I mean? Like, just a wide variety of degrees that, you know, I read them and I go, I don't know if this is helping your career or hurting it by putting it out
Right.
there, if I'm being honest, because I don't know. But then again, I don't know. I don't know why they would offer degrees and stuff that can't be 100% proved, but you're going to give somebody a degree in it or a certificate. Actually, they call it certificates, right?
Certificates. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes. Diplomas. We're trying to discuss the merit of paranormal diplomas. And is it legit?
shouldn't it be more like, is it legit? Like,
No, yeah, I know, but I'm not from that
you're
era.
you.
I
Okay.
have to do it like the 80s would do it if they had like a Mr. T come out of commercial. He'd be like, "Is it legit?" You know, like,
Oh yeah.
well,
I was too young in the 80s, so
you know, I wasn't. I was in my 30s in the 80s, 40s, 40s,
for
40s
sure.
and 80s.
Yeah.
Um, no, all right. So let's talk about diplomas. Are they legit?
No.
All right.
No.
Some of them legit.
Some of them could be legit. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Sort
I'd
of
agree.
legit.
Sort
That's
of
what we're gonna
legit.
go with?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like college degrees. Pay attention to whatever one you're getting. No and no. Okay. I'm gonna guess by her answers that she thinks no.
It's not legit. That it's not legit.
All right. So maybe there aren't any that are legit, but I don't know. Like, if you're not paying much for a certificate and it helps you learn vocabulary words, and you know you can speak the paranormal talk a little bit better, and you meet some friends, I don't think it's that bad of a deal. What do you think?
If you make connections, yeah. I do not regret the classes that I took at the Rhine. They were quite expensive. I learned a lot about science, psychology, that type of stuff. How audio should work, how equipment should work, how it's actually supposed to work, what it was actually created for, not hunting ghosts. So I would say that one's worth it, but I haven't really seen much else.
People with their degrees on stuff like that. Again, I always talk about it. Been doing this show for so many years that I've gotten to listen to so many people that are higher up in their fields. Well, I feel like I've been like lectured by all these people. And degrees are always a tough thing. Some people take them really serious, or
Mhm.
certificates. And some people have absolutely no faith in it. But the audio stuff, here's what I would say. I have a whole different background in audio,
Yeah.
right? Whole different background in audio. Yeah, like that. We're more in the recording field. So, like, even last night with Josh, when he was talking about recording on the water,
Mhm.
all kinds of red flags with me are like, how are you recording EVPs underwater? Like, there's so much sound problems there alone that it's like you stay away from water for the first. Sound doesn't travel. There's so many things like that. I have a hard time with that. I understand when you can hear things that aren't quite right, but
Right.
in my book, in the water, there's so many animals and not animals, fish, sometimes mammals that make so many different sounds. It's like, I don't know. That's a harder one. That's like That's needle haystack. So, all right, degrees. Yes, I guess maybe a few of them are good, but they're not necessary.
But no, I wouldn't listen. If it's a ghost hunting 101 diploma, don't do it. Just
Yeah.
go. Go
Yeah,
with
hunting,
someone
yeah.
who's done it. Like before you do any of this stuff or pay your money, because Shah's right, most of them are like 99.9% of them are just money grabbers. Talk to people that have been doing it for a while. Shadow people. I'm actually going to be mentoring a college like a college club near here. So yeah, you didn't know that. I didn't tell you that. There's a paranormal club at Pasco Hernando State College, and they have asked myself and Florida Paranormal Investigators to help mentor their group. So I mean, look, people that are serious about it in the field want to educate. You can get that information for free. Just talk to people. Listen to podcasts. Yeah.
But you got to wade through a lot of that. Oh my God, information. You know what I mean? I agree. Mentorship is a good thing. Okay, that's as far as is it legit when it comes to diplomas.
Okay. Yeah.
What would you like to go to next? I actually had a real interesting poll I wanted to read to you though.
Yeah. Let's hear your poll, Mike.
So they interviewed women 35 and younger, and they were asked what their main issue in life was. And the thing was, it was so spread out that the highest percentage was 13.5% said bills. Like women 35 and younger had so many different main complaints in life that the highest one garnered only around 13% that said no bills. Now, oddly enough, women 35 and up, 89% agreed on the same answer.
Men.
Younger women.
No. Same thing. We're talking about the same thing here. Same thing, different. Yeah. Ooh.
I wrote that joke right before the show. Before the
they-
show, I wrote that joke and I had to get it in somehow.
Oh man,
I was promised this is a Monday show and I can work a little bluer. All right. What would you like to get in next?
You wanna do a clip?
All right, let's do a clip. Let's see.
Pick one.
What would the clip be?
Is it
Crazy
legit?
Faucet, friends playing a game, kitchen ring camera, orbs in child's room. Which one?
You pick. I named them all sorts of just like random stuff, so you can pick one and let's see where it goes.
Wow. Hold on.
What's jumping out to you?
Well, the orbs in the child's room, of course. What would jump out to you? Orbs in the child's room. All right, here we go. Can you see that? Is that on the screen?
Well, it's loading. Ooh.
No, it should be good.
Yeah.
Some of you asked for the real-time footage.
Oh.
So here it is.
What did I just watch? Wait.
Exactly.
Hold on. There's a light shining on the
You
wall,
asked for the real-time
and then the
footage.
flashlight goes across.
So here it is.
Dude, what am I watching? What did you just show me?
There
Usually when we do
is.
the clip show, I can ask people questions, but I think I just
There
saw a flashlight.
is what somebody would consider an orb. It's no flashlight. They just have a security camera set up in their child's bedroom, and you see a light go across the front of the screen, and then it kind of floats up over the bed.
Dude, there's a laser pointer. Watch, ready?
Some of you asked
Now.
for the real-time
Here comes a
footage.
flashlight. Just cross him. What do you
There
see
is-
next?
So
Here's
here
the
it
point.
is.
There it goes up in the air.
No, that's not the. Oh my God! Really?
It is
Dude,
a bug. It's a bug, is what it is. It is a bug, and the infrared from the security cam is reflecting off of it. That is a classic example of what people call orbs, and it's an insect.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
it's a bug.
You guys are on the same page. It looked like just a flashlight.
Yeah,
That's
that's yeah. Bugs will look like that. Yeah, you can look at them frame by frame if you want to know exactly what it is. And actually, Kenny Biddle on his site has really good pictures, like a lot of them, how each different fiber will look, how different insects look. Like you can zoom in and he can nail it down to the type of insect it is. But how bright that is and how it's moving, it just seems very buggish.
It sounds like Kenny Biddle might sit down while you're eating soup and like pour some rotten milk in there. You know, just spoil that soup for you, like that soup you were about to enjoy, like the stew that I was about to have. And Kenny Biddle sits down, he's gonna pour his vinegar in it, and I'm like, why? You know, seems like that's what he's doing. But all right.
Yeah.
Bugs though, huh? Bugs.
But yeah, orbs are usually almost all of the time, unless you can see them with your eyes and you can tell, it's the light reflecting off of these kinds of cameras people use either with their phones, especially the security cameras, because they use infrared. And people think just because it's not like giving off a light like a flash, that it's not got a light source, but the infrared is constantly trying to focus and it's moving. So it has a light. This one is hilarious. But
all right. This is Caught the Kitchen Ghost on Film. Here we go. Let me show the volume's up. Make sure you can see this summer gun. Here we go. Yo, there's a guy outside the window, first off.
You can see his reflection.
His hand's going like this, and he's moving this is absolutely ridiculous.
I had to throw something. There is someone pulling a string. You can see he's holding the camera, and his other arm is up in the air pulling the string.
When he moves his arm, look at his left arm. Look at his left arm.
I know. But look how many views it has.
I didn't check. How many views did it get? Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
If you're going to pull a trick, make sure you're not standing in front of a reflective surface, for crying out loud.
The best part is that this angry ghost happens to knock down bottles, and he tried to go for this cup right here. He has one bottle on that part of the sink, one bottle on the other part of the sink, and then a glass like those, the water drinks on the left. No one puts three products just like that.
No, and no one leaves their dish soap right there either.
That's my point. You don't put all three like that. That looks like he's setting up for like bowling. And then his goal was to hit all three objects. That's what you have to enjoy on this farce. Watch him go for the last one, which is to the left. That blackish looking with the white top. Watch. 1, 2. Now he's trying for this. He can't hit it. See it? See it? Oh, look at him. Tried as hard as he could to hit that black glass. Could not knock it down. Parahub, huh? This is wild. Hashtag kitchen ghost. Hashtag paranormal activity. Hashtag insane. There's a lot of cojones on those people for having to call it insane.
It is insane that you went through all the trouble to tie an invisible string to your sprayer there that you left extended and didn't bother to check if you're standing directly in front of a reflective surface like a window.
But all right, they didn't see that on the playback. They didn't see themselves in the window waving their arms in the playback.
I don't know why you would post that on Parahub then.
But all right, they posted it on Parahub. And I guess Parahub is a hub, and they proceeded to what? Endorse it, or just they can't take it down, Parahub, when they see stuff like this?
No, well, I don't know where the original video actually came from, but that is where I found it on TikTok, and maybe it's just for views. Who knows? People get views for all sorts of things. The problem is that there are people out there that don't notice the person in the window, and they're like, "Oh my God!"
But you know what? So here's the issue I've always had, right? People will say stuff to me like, "Oh, Mike, this ghost, he kept closing the door to the bathroom." And I'm like, what's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with a ghost closing an open door? Like, you should just say thank you. You should say thank you, right? Like
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
ghosts do the most ridiculous stuff. Like if I went to my friends and I was like, I think I have a ghost in the house, and they're like, really, why, what happened? And I was like, last night it took the sprayer from the friggin' sink and it knocked over the soap and another bottle of soap. They'd be like, I don't get it. I'm not scared. I'm not interested. I don't know what you're speaking of, Mike. Just stop. And I'd be like, all right, I should. Because literally, how is this a haunting? Getting your soap knocked over. I don't know. Is that a big deal?
You mean if it was real? I
Yeah.
mean, the kind of movement, and this is where I think the problem exists, that faucet is making, that is not something, and people will think, oh, that's real. That's something I should be experiencing. If I go on a paranormal stuff like that doesn't happen. It's very subtle stuff that usually happens. That's just a lot of energy. If it was a ghost that someone is expending just to like flip a faucet around. I would think if I was a ghost and I could do stuff like that, I would find much better things to do.
That's what I'm saying. So now,
Yeah.
basically what you just said is paranormal is like 1 out of 100 moments are like, wow, but you got to wait those 99 out.
Yeah.
And people just want that moment and they just want to be able to
Immediate.
put it up and be like, look what I caught. This, however, is really badly done by some really not bright people. And it comes off just stupid. Like this is a stupid video. Like I would say it's no, it's not that
No.
one. It's
Mhm.
oh, there it is.
There you
Stupid
go.
and not legit at all. I wouldn't buy that if you sold it to me. And I'm being honest. I'm not buying. All right. Yeah, that's a dumb that was a waste of our time type video. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that video just took my life from me to see soap get knocked over. But let's hope the next video is a little more ruthless. Like I want to see somebody get flipped upside down or physically hurt.
You
Oh,
didn't
no.
give me criteria prior to this. You're like, hey, so I just randomly pick stuff. So you're going to get what you're going to get and you're going to like it.
Oh, I believe that. I'm just telling you what I would rather see. Like, the White Mansion. What is
Oh,
this?
yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
The White Hill
Let
Mansion.
me see if I can share that now. I'm trying to share all my screens. It's like when you ship your pants. I ship my pants. Here we go. All right.
Make you go beep beep. Come on, come in here. Touch this REM pod. Look it, just like this. I'll show you one more time. Maybe you're confused. Can you do that? Ready? It did it twice.
But
Oh my.
there's a
God.
reason.
No.
Listen.
First off.
You go first. Okay.
I'm not a paranormal investigator by trade.
We know.
By trade.
We know that. Yeah.
By trade. I mean, you don't know about my certificates, but by trade. I do not believe that you should discuss conversations with ghosts and be like, yo, so check it. Yo, pay attention to me. I'm gonna go and you go wiki. Yo, pay attention. I'll go over it again. You go wiki, right? And then you go, and as you're banging it, it goes do, not even close to the. Do you actually know what the lyrics are to that?
Something in a haircut.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was not even close.
Make you go beep beep.
Yo, can you go beep?
Come on, come in here. Touch this REM pod.
No, yo, I'm gonna drop the beat now.
Look it, just like this. I'll show you one more time. Maybe you're confused.
Maybe you're confused. Bean. Now, here we go.
Can you do that?
Here we go.
Ready?
Drop the beat.
It did it twice.
It did it twice on 2 knocks. Weird. That is some weird, wild stuff. Would you like to explain what I just watched?
Okay. So, obviously they have a paranormal tripwire there too, which is just a bunch of little EMF detectors. What they have next to it is a REM pod. There's lots of issues with using a REM pod. They're set off very easily. I mean, they can be set off up to like 80 feet away by any electronic equipment. And there's a camera sitting right there. I've also seen people purposely set off REM pods with their cell phone in their pockets, which is why if you're using equipment like that, cell phones should be left in the car. And electronic equipment should be kept away from the REM pod, or at least in a Faraday cage, which would block outside signals. However, it's not going off continuously or randomly, and you can see how much louder it is when she puts her hand near it. And that's because although they will charge up to like $300 for a REM pod, all it is a junior theremin. And a theremin is like an old-timey instrument that they used to use. And it does create, like, it works with the field that would come between like an antenna, a receiver, and the electricity that comes off of the human body. So you would play it by getting your hand like closer and farther away, and you can change the pitch and all sorts of things. So that's all that a REM pod is, with things that light up on it. So you see how much louder it is when she puts her hand near it, which would make sense because if REM pods are actually interacting with spirits and spirits can set them off, it would be much louder if a human with a physical body is coming near it than it would if a spirit was coming near it. Now, we don't know that spirits have electromagnetic fields. That's just a theory. I would say that could be legit. And also, the reason I kind of like this clip is you sit around for 6 hours and that might be all you get. And that's what paranormal investigating is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
That is not what I would want to see for paranormal investigating.
It's not that exciting all the time. Sometimes it's.
But they were just waiting for two beefs. They didn't have to be beefs that were in rhythm.
All the time in paranormal investigating. I don't know why it became a thing, but it is. It is. Whatever you call that.
This bothers me. This one bothers me. These two females bother me. The way they're talking to the spirit, the way they're being bossy.
You find it condescending and bossy?
I do. I mean, they told him what? To put his keys on the thing, the counter. They told him to make sure he takes the dog out. They did a bunch of things, didn't they? Or did I just hear that in my head? Probably just in my head.
I think you hear it loud in your head or not.
Yeah, probably in my head. Well, we're running late because these clips are so darn entertaining. Let's go to the next one. See if I can get back to it. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't right now. So would you like to hear what I prepared on? What would you rather hear, gods, or would you like to go to the joke box?
Let's do. I don't know. You've been hyping up the god stuff. I kind of want to hear that.
All right. The god stuff.
The god stuff. Mike's favorite god.
I'm gonna go over just a couple quick gods, and then I want to just go with something that's been bothering me. So now, boy. So all right, Epidemius was one of the titans in Greek mythology. The brother of Prometheus, and was known for his lack of foresight. Epidemius name means afterthought, which reflects his impulsive nature. He is perhaps most famous for his role in the creation of humanity. According to the myth, he and Prometheus were tasked with giving different qualities and abilities to animals, but Epidemius distributed all the good traits to animals, leaving humans weak and vulnerable. This prompted Prometheus to steal fire from the gods to benefit mankind. He's basically like the god of stupid, lazy, bad decisions. No, for real. He is, right? He is, right? Then there's a guy named Qualamos. Qualamos? Yes. It's a relatively obscure figure in Greek mythology, but he's often associated with the concept of stupidity or foolishness. He's sometimes referred to as the god of stupidity or the spirit of foolishness. Unlike many other prominent gods and figures in Greek mythology, he doesn't have a significant role in any well-known myths or stories. But he's used as like a fall guy. Like they'll tell a joke and they'll say like, Koalamus, they'll laugh. So he's such a joke in the god realm that they don't even talk about anything he's ever done. He's just a god of stupidity. So they
Well,
just
why
tell
do-
a stupid story and they mention him.
Why do you need a god of stupidity? Like, who's praying to that god? Or like, please, god of stupidity, make me
I'd hope no one's praying to him. I hope no one's praying to God.
stupider.
We
I
don't
know.
need more stupidity. We don't.
Well-
Oh God, Koalamus, please make everyone a little more stupid than I think they already are. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I've ever heard anyone praying to him.
I mean, no.
Dionysus, the Greek god of wine, fertility, and revelry. He is often depicted as a jovial, wine-loving deity who promotes the enjoyment of life and freedom from inhibitions. Sounds like Cinemax already. Dionysus is also associated with theater. Shocker! And he is credited with the invention of drama. Oh, his worship was characterized by festivals and celebrations, as they call them, including the famous Dionysian mysteries. Dionysus is a complex figure with about joyful and destructive aspects, reflecting the dual nature of wine and its effects.
There's a dual nature of wine. I mean, wine, fertility, drama. I mean, it sounds like a Saturday.
Yeah, but in the words of Mitch Hedberg, when someone said to him, Mitch, why are you drinking that wine? It's going to give you a headache in the morning. And he was like, because I like the beginning and middle part. So this guy is the god of like orgies and booze.
Yeah, sounds good. I
Yeah,
think it was
but
in Fantasia. I think it was in Fantasia. Remember that movie, the Mickey Mouse movie with the brooms?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I think that this, he had the wine and there were the nymphs and he was all drunk and happy and he was big and he's just having a good time.
He does not sound like he throws my type of good time. Morpheus, no, not who we think.
I was gonna say, ooh,
the Greek god associated with dreams. He is
That
one
would
of the Oneiro. Good luck with that word. A group of dream spirits. Morpheus is often depicted as a shapeshifter who can take on various forms in dreams. In Greek mythology, he was responsible for crafting and delivering dreams to both gods and mortals. His name is the basis for the term morph, which means to change or transform appearance. All right. Waste of gods. That's a waste of gods. It's a waste of history. That's a waste of names. That's a waste of my time. I don't care about the god of wine and good times. I can name a couple people that I would nominate for that. I don't need that. I don't need epitomis.
fertility. People needed fertility, right?
Yeah, wine. Yeah, wine. So in other words, to help you with your fertility, here's some wine, and it'll lower your inhibitions. Good luck.
Maybe it's just a Greek form of like roofies. Like they told all the women, like, look, if you want to have a baby, you got to drink this wine.
Man, I'll tell you what's weird about that is I know of a guy who had a club, and I won't say the city that my band used to play in, that I became friendly with. And then I found out like 5-6 months later that he got arrested for like roofing, like I want to say like 6 or 8 girls.
Oh, wow.
You think about that. Like there's 2 sides to that. There's the one, it's horrendous.
No,
like
there's no 2 sides to that.
No, there's 2 sides. There's a horrendous side, and I can't believe that guy was friendly with me. And then there's the side of being roofied. And that feeling of right before it's kicking in, and it's kicking in. You know what I mean? You must be thinking to yourself, somebody here really likes me. Somebody here really likes me.
No.
I wonder who it is.
No,
or is that not how it goes? Is that not how it goes?
Not. It's like, oh, fuck. That's how it goes. And hopefully you have a friend that just like, get me to the car.
No, I'm sorry. I had to say that just to say it.
Hilarious, Mike. Hilarious.
Really quick though, I had I've been reading a lot of emails that we've got from messages from people, and I just want to shout out some names of some people that some are helpful, some are a little difficult, but so thank you to Phil Mahard, Philatio, Tara Dickoff, Ez Mall, Haida Dick, A. Noprober, U. Jas, Ben Dover, Busted Cherry, Pat Myaz, Dick Ramdas, Eric Shun, Mo
Yep.
Lester, Harry Pines, Liz Bien, Shara Dick, Jetta Taylor, Wayne Kerr, Jack Me Off, Annie Position, Amanda Mount, Ben Overbitch, Ben Overbitch, Anita Handjob, Mike Roch, Harry Soch, Ruben Zeklitz, Enormous Peter, I'm a Homia, Mike Hunt, and Betty Futzker. Oh, I'm sorry, Wilma Dickfit, C. Mike Rat, Dixon Kuntz, Madam Dick Burns, Mo Lester, Gabe Itches, Peter File, Anita Berger, Pat McGroin, Pat McGroin, Mike Hawk, Phil McCavity, Phil McCracken, Richard Head, Barry McCockiner, Hugh Rection, Tug McGroin, Damn Son, Wayne Kerr, Buster Hyman, Michael Torres, Harry Glantz, Ivana DeWitt, and Hugh Janus.
Oh,
Thanks
wow.
for all them for all the submissions they made this week's show, especially honestly, in my humblest opinion, the name Pat McGroin. Oh, is so funny that it's stupid. Yeah, that's that right there, Sarah.
Yeah, it was a super clean thank you list there, Mike, that you said we're gonna have a clean show
So,
for.
wait.
Is it legit?
Hold on. Now you know I've been wanting to read these forever. I'm gonna take two. I don't know what two I'm grabbing. So this is what I wanted to have people read in front of their families and friends in a crowd. This is lame. Well, why does a mermaid wear seashells?
I don't know.
She outgrew her bee shells.
God.
I know. What do you get when you cross human DNA with goat DNA?
What?
Kicked out of the petting zoo.
Oh my God.
What does an 80-year-old woman taste like? Well, on that one. What does an 80-year-old woman taste like?
I don't want to know. I don't think I want to know that punchline. I don't want to know.
Depends.
Oh, gross. I didn't want to know.
No, you didn't want to know.
I
Now
didn't.
I'm going to take the gross jokes. I'll put them back. And Sarah, next week, I'll read a couple more out of the gross pencil box.
The gross pencil box. Okay.
We're at the hour mark, and I got to be honest. I'm a New York Football Giants fan, and if we don't beat the Seattle Seahawks, the season's over because we got to go play those friggin' copycat steal our uniforms Bills, and then the team that wears teal, or whatever they want to call it, the Miami Dolphins. Those are gonna be rough games. So if we can't beat up on Geno Smith, that Eli Manning streak breaking jerk, then we really can't beat anybody, and I'm very nervous.
You can't beat the Bills anyway, so sure. We'll go with that.
We always beat the Bills.
I'm not going.
Wide right.
Jesus, are we still going there? What's the bet then, Mike? What's the bet for the big October 15th game?
I'm gonna leave that up to you. You know why?
Oh, why?
I'll let you pick how you get humiliated. Yeah. Not worried about Josh Allen and the Bills. I already told you why. Brian Daboll's in here.
No,
he's just gonna be pulling Josh's strings. Josh doesn't like this. Josh does not like that. If there's anybody in the world that can go, he doesn't like this. Run that defense. Do this. He doesn't like this. It's Brian Daboll. Am I wrong?
We'll see.
No, am I wrong though?
No, you can't. You're not wrong. I'm just saying Josh has had a long time to prepare for this. Like, we took a week and all the Miami like crap that people were talking, and look what happened there. So
you got to come to grips with the fact that there's not a lot going on in Josh's head, and that's what makes him good. But I don't think you could be like, "Hey,
No,
Josh, what do you think of the play last?" You'd be like, "I don't know, man. I don't know."
Josh,
Like,
Josh takes like the city of Buffalo and he carries us on his shoulders, and that gets to him sometimes. I agree, but he's a team player, and that's why we have
why?
Allentown and Buffalo.
You know why he carries you? It's because nobody on your basketball team will do it for him.
We don't
Oh.
have a basketball team.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You're right. It's nobody on your baseball team will stick up.
We
for you.
don't have one of those either. Thank you,
Oh,
Mike. I see what you're
yeah,
doing
that's
now.
right. You're right. You don't
We have
have
a
a
hockey
basketball or a baseball team. So that means to me as a sports fan, as a city, you should shut the fuck up. I'm just saying, Buffalo.
Okay. All right. Rhode
wait.
Island, New Jersey.
Okay. What would you like to address before we wrap up? While we blaze through that hour.
We did. So we have to maybe pace that a little bit better next time. It was a
we're
good first show. It was a good first show. I had a lot of fun. I'd like everybody to please like and subscribe on YouTube, Legit Podcast, legitpodcast.com spelled out, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're rebranding everything. We're redoing the website. It's been a lot of work. We're putting our hearts into it. So if you could like, follow us, it's a huge help to get the word out there. And yeah, that's all I got, Mike.
I felt like I was so hated today when I sent out the invite to everyone on my friends list.
Probably.
Like, that means 2,000 Facebook accounts were like, what the is this? Another one? Well, I don't want to. What is the matter with him? That's what in my head what I think people think. Hopefully, it's nicer things.
It's nicer. I did it, and it got several. Yeah, it got several hundred people out of.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I'm so shocked that you sent out an email and people responded differently than they would to me. Really?
You should just listen, Mike. We're gonna work on it. We're just gonna add a little sugar to your spice.
It's not the point. You're missing the whole point. See the beard? That indicates I'm a male.
Yep.
Nobody was male from a male.
The ladies like the beard. Ladies, please message Mike and tell him how much you love his beard. It's his favorite thing in the entire world. He can't wait for your messages. He will personally respond. His beard will respond.
You know how untrue that is?
What? That ladies like your beard?
I know that
See? I like your beard.
I want to I always want to shave my beard. I always want to cut my hair. I'm just one of those people that the less I have to do, the better. So I ran a quick study, if you will, a test with my barber, Scott.
Okay.
Shout out to Scott at oh God, I can't even remember the name of the barber shop. How messed up is that? My buddy Sammy. It's Atomic Salon on Middle Spring. Shout out to Scott. He said, Mike, really let your hair grow out this time on the top. Let's check it out. And, I did. And there's way more white hair than I would care to comment. Like, if someone was like, Mike, you got a year to be Santa Claus, I'd go, got it. I'm on that. Because in about a year, I'll have it. I mean, I may be a Santa Claus with like a black mustache and black eyebrows, but deal with it. Like, other than that, though, I got the white. It's awful because white hair on your head is God's way of telling you to put your affairs in order.
True.
It's closing time. Da, 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 da. It's just what it is. It's all it is.
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm on. Like, someone said to me, "Hey, happy 50th, Mike. You're halfway there." I'm like, halfway to what, guy? I'm 3/4 at best. At best, I'm in the back 9. Like, I'm not even. I don't even know why I care about the score at this point. I should just be piddling in my pants and trying to get a Bud Light.
And let's not do that and say we did.
Well, you have no idea what I'm doing right now. All right, tomorrow night show is The Witch is In, and then on Wednesday we have Legit Paranormal News, followed by Into the Legit Darkness. Thursday night we have Legit Paranormal Clips, followed by Legit Paranormal 101. On Friday we're bringing back Legit Bigfoot with my buddy Daniel Benoit, who's down in near Fort Defiance, Virginia. So that sounds like we're getting a pretty good lineup. I want to make sure we stick to the no Saturday rule.
We will.
We should
We'll
never
stick-
podcast on Saturdays. We should never have to podcast on a Saturday. Sunday's football and it's paranormal 7:05. I enjoyed that stuff, but no, never on a Saturday.
the day of rest.
It's a day of going to like Savers, because Savers, man. That are you familiar with
No. We have Wegmans in New York.
Salvation Army, Savers, thrift store,
Okay.
a thrift store.
It's like a
Savers
Goodwill.
is a place. Savers is exactly. Savers is a
Okay.
place where you can give in your stuff and you can buy stuff, right? It's a
Right.
and
Yeah.
they always hit you with that 25% off Halloween stuff. Ooh, save $20 on Halloween stuff. I get more text messages from Savers, Sears, and what's the other company than I do with my friends. Like, who knew Sears is even still open? Did you?
I don't believe you said this before. I just don't believe it's true. I don't believe there's actually a Sears. I think that should be the next. Is it legit? Like, is there a Sears?
Is
You can
it
send me there.
legit? It is. It's 100% legit. Sears texts me all the time with their new, like, oh, hurry now. We got a sale on like appliances. And I'm always texting back, like, I didn't know you were still open. Like, I thought Sears closed. I did.
know.
I did. All right. Nothing else to wrap it up? Nothing else you want to promote? Nothing? You good? You're good? You're good?
I'm
You're
good. I'm good. I'm
You're
good.
You're
Good, bud.
You're good?
Yep.
You're good?
I'm
You're
good.
good?
Are you good?
good?
Are you
Good?
good?
You're
Are you good?
I can do
Are
it.
you?
So for Sarah Paranormal, it is me. Mike Lebry, King Mike Elders was legit. Well, is it legit? Brought to you by Is It Legit Podcast, I guess? I don't know. Thank you for watching. We hope that you go to our website, check out the social media. It is Legit Podcast, DOTCOM.com. Spell it out. Go Big Blue.